Book 101 review. Book 101 is all about the books that are read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. He's a common passive income entrepreneur and CBD hemp investor, as well as a podcast host, no other than Mr. Marcus Norman.
Hello. Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Well, yes, welcome to Book 101, Mr. Marcus. And can you please introduce more about yourself?
My name is Marcus Norman. I am a podcaster like yourself. I am an entrepreneur, business investor, CBD
I think there's something wrong with the connection of Mr. Marcus. And while I'm waiting for him, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, Abstract Essay, in its fifth season. People, fifth season already. Abstract Poetry in second season. Book 101 Review in its fifth season. Comedy 101 in its second season. Food 101 in its fifth season. Geography 101 and Love Letters in its third season. Mental Health 101 in its first season. And Movie 101 Review and Music 101. It's in fourth season. So please do listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Mr. Marcus, thank you so much for coming back. While you are not around, I'm promoting all my podcasts. So, let's talk about start a business versus a buy a franchise. Can you tell us about it?
Absolutely. So I've done both, right? I've bought businesses and I've also started businesses. And now in the later part of my entrepreneur endeavors, I am now buying into franchise, which in a nutshell is a pre-existing business. And so it allows me to venture in. I'm learning a tremendous amount and learning a lot along the way, but it allows me to start not necessarily in the beginning, like I have in the past with a new entrepreneurial endeavors. And it also allows me the opportunity to team up with people in the industry, because I'm going into a new industry with this franchise. And so that allows me to diversify my portfolio of investments. But I don't necessarily have to know everything or know all of it before getting into the business. Does that make sense?
Makes sense, Mr. Marcus. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge to the world and hoping for more and more empowering episodes and business to come. What made personally choose your path is starting business or buying franchise?
What made me start my entrepreneurial endeavors is because I realized working a traditional 9 to 5 job was not cutting it, right? Working for someone else, it has its place and it has its time and it has its own space. But working for someone else, I realized around 2014 that that was not the ultimate goal. I'm a military veteran and I got out the military in 2014. And so I had served my country for 8 years and now was re-entering the workforce, and starting over. And so it showed me that, trying to find a job, the world had changed, right? You can imagine as a military veteran serving in the United States military, you don't have to really job hunt per se. You always have a guaranteed paycheck. You always have a place to live. You always have a paycheck coming in on the first and the 15th. And so I had been out of that, applying for jobs, finding jobs, working for someone else, for over 80 plus years. And so when I re-entered, civilian life, I had to do that again. And the world had changed and moved on without me. And so entrepreneurship was the avenue that I saw outside of working a traditional 9 to 5 job. And that's what allowed me to venture into entrepreneurship, starting with real estate investing and then ATM. I own a portfolio of ATMs that I own and manage and operate myself, and also cannabis, the cannabis space, and now franchising business operations. But I realized that there's something more to life than just working for someone. And I realized I wasn't going to achieve what I was put on this earth to do by just working a 9 to 5 job. And so that's how I ended up here.
What are the biggest advantage of buying a franchise?
One of the biggest advantages of buying a franchise that I have found is kind of similar to what I stated earlier. You're starting something new, but you're not necessarily starting from scratch. And you have mentors. A lot of people negate mentors, and a lot of people don't want to pay for mentorship and guidance and stewardship. Oftentimes, it's, at least in the Black community, what I have found is people try to learn everything themselves, either through books, YouTube University, or trial and error. And they're going to make all the mistakes or make a good amount of mistakes. And people often try to cut costs by trying to do it themselves. Prime example, in real estate, is very common for people who invest in real estate to also try and attempt to become a real estate agent themselves. And they're doing that simply because they don't have the education
Interesting indeed, Mr. Marcus. And I think Mr. Marcus is disconnected again. And before we wait for him, before we do continue our discussion, again, I'm inviting you to please do visit my official Book 101 merchandise. If you are looking for t-shirt, mags, caps, or notebook, name it, and we have it on Book 101 review. Read it, wear it, live it. That's the Book 101 way. So please do visit our official website for our Book 101 review on fortowall.com. So please do purchase one of my Book 101 review merchandise. So I think Mr. Marcus Norman is no longer coming back. I just want to wrap up our discussion for today. We are talking about man smart start a business versus buy a franchise. And for sure, we're gonna do our second episode, and let's continue talking about this topic. So, Morticam people, see you soon.